Welcome back, guys. Alright, we are going to jump right in by concealing our eyelids with the Maybelline Master Conceal in shade 10 Fair. The reason I do this is to create a blank canvas for the eyeshadows. Next, I'm taking the RCMA No Color Powder on a fluffy BH Cosmetics brush. We do this so that the eyeshadow doesn't stick to the concealer all weird and go on blotchy. Now I'm just placing some regular Scotch tape at the corners of my eyes. For this look, I really wanted a hard line, and I find that tape will help achieve that. Jumping into the eyeshadow now, I am taking the bright yellow shade from the NYX Brights palette. On a Morphe R37 fluffy brush, I am slowly building up that yellow. I am placing the yellow shade in the crease area and blending up to the brown. Next, using the same NYX palette, I am taking the orangey yellow shade next to the previous shade that we used, and I'm using a random BH Cosmetics brush. To do this, I am focusing this in the crease, but not blending up as high as the yellow. We are slowly building that color up. I also like to take the brush that I used previously with the yellow on it to help blend the two colors together. Now I'm taking the darker orange in the palette on a Real Techniques shading brush. I am just further deepening the crease as well as the outer corner. I am also using the previous brush with no additional color to help blend those colors together. Now, taking the dark red shade in the palette, I'm using a BH Cosmetics pencil brush to precisely map out my crease. Again, I'm using the previous brushes to blend all the shades together so that there is a gradation of color. Next, taking the Maybelline Master Conceal in shade 10 Fair, again, on a flat concealer brush to cut the crease. I like to start in the middle of the lid to drop off most of the product, then I start on the inner corner and work my way out. If you're having trouble finding where to cut the crease, you can blink and that will transfer some of the concealer onto your upper lid and it will tell you where to cut your crease, and then after that all you have to do is clean it up a little bit and it will look great. Going back with that RCMA powder to set that concealer. I am taking the first shade we used from the NYX palette and just placing it on the lid over the concealer. I like to use my finger sometimes to pack the color on. Going back in with that dark red shade we used earlier, I'm deepening up the crease again and the outer corner. I'm just going back and forth between colors to blend the outer corner and the yellow shade together so they blend seamlessly. Taking the shimmery yellow gold shade from the Milani Vital Brights palette, and I'm just placing it over the lid area. I just felt the look needed some shimmer. It was just a little too matte for me, and I felt like it needed some shimmer. I am just building it up as well as blending the crease a bit more. I'm also blending the outer corner again. Because there was some fallout, I am now just taking a makeup wipe to clean up under the eyes. To start on the face, I am using the Rimmel Insta Flawless Perfecting Primer to prime my face for the foundation. This primer just adds a beautiful glow to the skin. For foundation, I will be using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow in shade 202 Creamy Natural on a damp beauty sponge. Making sure to blend down the neck and onto the ears. Then we'll be taking the Maybelline Master Conceal in the shade 20 Light. I'm just going over areas that need more coverage, like my acne and scars. And then taking a combination of both the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in Light Ivory and the Master Conceal in shade 10 Fair, I'm just concealing and highlighting under my eyes, on my chin, cupid bow, nose, and my forehead. The reason that I use both of the concealers is because the Wet n Wild provides more coverage and the Master Conceal gives the highlighted effect. I'm just going to blend out that with a damp sponge. I went ahead and I did my brows off screen. Now taking the RCMA powder, I am setting all the areas that I put the concealer. Taking the Coty Airspun powder in the shade Honey Beige, I'll be setting the rest of my face. Using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, I am first going to bronze my face with a fluffy BH Cosmetics brush. And then I'm going to take the Sonia Kashuk number 123 brush. I am just contouring the cheeks and nose using that brush. Next, I'm going in with a blush from the BH Cosmetics Glamorous Blush Palette. I wanted a more muted blush because the eyes are so bright. Now going in with highlighter, I'm using the NYX Duo Chromatic Illuminating Powder in the shade Twilight Tint. This is a beautiful highlighter with like a blue sheen under it, so I thought it looked really good with like the eye look. I forgot to take a product shot of this, but I'm just taking the light blue in the NYX palette and running that on my lower lash line. I always poke myself in the eye no matter what size the brush is, so just ignore that and don't poke yourself in the eye. Going into the Milani palette now, I am taking the dark blue shade and putting it closest to the lash line to deepen it, and then I'm also blending that darker blue in with the lighter blue color. Now I'm putting a light coat of mascara using the Falsies Push Up Drama Mascara from Maybelline. Taking the Morphe 35F palette, I am taking the lightest shimmer shade and using it as my inner corner highlight. I went ahead and I applied my falsie lashes off screen. I had a hard time picking a lipstick, but I eventually decided on the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Lipstick in Give Me Mocha. And here's the finished look. Hope you like it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye!